An association is basically a group of people coming together for a common cause. We have several associations for several professions. For library profession also, we have several associations at different levels. At the international level, we have FID, IFLA, ISCO, and at the national level, in USA we have ALA, in UK we have LA, Library Association, and in India we have ILA, ASLIC, and at the local level we have associations like ALSD and APLA. And also several associations for the group of specific people. Maybe for the special libraries we have ASLIC. At the national level, in USA we have SLA, and in UK we have ASLIP. And at the local level also we have several associations for the different people. To discuss about these associations and their role in the development of the profession, library science profession, we have two experts in our studios. On my left, Professor N.Laxman is associated with the Library Association's Indian Association of Teachers of Library Science, ATLIS, as president, and he is also president of Academy of Library Science and Documentation. Mrs. Sarada is associated as General Secretary of Andradesha Library Association. So we will discuss the topic now. Professor Laxman, what is a professional association and how it is different from a union?
And Dr. Chandrasekhara Garu, basically you already said what is an association. Now when you say library association, people, those who are interested in the promotion of library services, promotion of the library profession, and professional development of the library professionals. This is the main aim of any library association. People, those who are interested in these three activities, they join together and form an association. At the same time, the moment you say union, union is generally associated with a particular organization and they take care of the service conditions. But when you say association, it is not exclusive for a particular organization. This is for a particular profession, that is library association, which is deals with the professionals of any library, every library. But of course, as you know, the moment the library associations have been formed way back in 1876 in America, and that is a national association, what we call American Library Association. From that day, when we look into the present situation, the number of associations have grown enormously. This is basically because one association will not be able to deal the problems and professional development of all the professionals in the country, or at the national level, or at the international level, or at the local level. Therefore, number of professional associations have come, but definitely I would like to say there is a major difference between union and association. The union, which deals with mainly service conditions, as I already said. I think probably I answered your question.
Okay, thank you, Professor. So, Mrs. Sarada, so we have associations even in India, in the national level or the local level, several associations. Why we need several associations?
He already gave an answer to you. We need different associations because the problems are different. It may be different in local level, or national level, or international level. So deal the problems of each and every area, how they can do and how to implement the progress of all the organizations. We need many associations because international association may not take care about the local libraries or something like that. In the same manner, it is not possible for a national organization to look into each and every aspect of state organizations or say state professional problems, etc. That's why we need different varieties of organizations. In the same manner, a general association is different from a special association because the problems of special librarians may be different from general libraries. For example, the people who are working in public libraries may be having different problems when compared with academic librarians or special librarians. So, to solve their problems or to develop the profession in that particular area, we need different types of associations.
Dr. Rao, I would like to add one or two things. I would like to take a small example. Recently, government of Andhra Pradesh has issued a GO. stating that public libraries should be handed over to NGOs or somebody who is interested to manage. At that particular time, the more activity is being organized by Andhra Pradesh Library Association, because the Andhra Pradesh Library Association is mainly associated with public libraries way back from 1914. This is the first association that was formed in the country, which fought for the cause of public libraries, which has involved itself as a library. It has taken library as a tool for independent movement. Now, with that history, earlier it was known as Andradesha Library Association, now it is known as Andhra Pradesh Library Association. It has taken cause of the Andhra Pradesh public libraries in the state, and it could work out for keeping that GO in abeyance. So that is how, even though we have so many associations, unfortunately, no association has taken so much of interest. So that is how every association, for example, I could like to give another, probably I may be going into more detail, but Association of Government Libraries, AGLIS, Government Libraries and Information Centers. Now what is happening AGLIS? It is taking care of the problems, activities, needs of the librarians, library professionals working in a government libraries. Right, like that. As you know, you already told me that I am a president of Teachers Association. Right, we have different problems, and who takes care of us? So we formed an association in the year 1969, and till today we are taking care of more emphasis is given on the problems, the professional development associated with the teachers. So that is how it works out.
Okay, we will take up in detailed discussion. Basically, let us introduce the different associations at the various levels. First, let us discuss about what is the main cause of what are the associations at the international level, why they have formed and how they have formed, like that we can discuss.
Right. The first association that you can say is FID, which was started in 1895. If everybody remembers who are associated with the documentation, the two names, Paul Artlet and Henry Lafontaine, who tried to prepare a universal bibliography in Belgium. And subsequently, they developed an institute of bibliography in the year 1895. Then slowly the name was changed in 1938. Then it was known as FID, International Federation of Documentation, because the purpose of this association was to give more emphasis on information and the documentation. Then subsequently in the year 1986, they were thinking that they have to make a broad-based association. So they changed their nomenclature as International Association of Information, International Federation of Information and Documentation. Because the change is from document we have gone to information. So that is how the basic contribution of this is universal bibliography, the concept of universal bibliography and UDC development. If you take the second association, IFLA, which was established in the year 1927, and this association basically it is something like a confederation of associations at the national level which joined together to form an association at the international level. And in 1927, it was a name, it also was involved in International Library and Bibliographical Committee. Then subsequently, it was known as, 1929, it was known as IFLA. Then 1976, it has added, that is International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions. And basically, you know, the contribution of this IFLA, you can say three important things. One is universal bibliography control. Second is universal availability of publications, and the third is international standard bibliography description, ISBD, which is now we are using for the exchange of the bibliographical data from one institution to another institution, from one network to another network, from one database to another database. So that is how you can say that internationally these three important activities are taken care by IFLA. Of course, in addition to this, like any association, they have publications, they conduct the training programs, they conduct the seminars, they conduct the conferences, right? And basically, IFLA is, you can say, general in nature. FID, basically, it is supposed to be information documentation. But let me make it clear, it was initially, but now everything is taken care by every association.
And at the international level, we have another body, professional body like ISCO, International Society for Knowledge Organization.
Right.
Basically, the group of those persons are librarians or the specialists engaged in the classification, they formed this society. The organ, official organ of this body is knowledge organization. Initially or formally, it was known as international classification. So these are the three professional bodies, that is FID, IFLA and ISCO. They are engaged in the promotion of the library profession.
But one thing, Dr. Rao, I want to tell you one important thing. These are the associations, but you cannot forget UNESCO, which has contributed to the international level, specifically Manifesto of Public Libraries.
Yeah, that is an organization.
Right. But organization, it is not an association, but its contribution is also phenomenal.
Extensive, very extensive. So, Madam Sarada, even before the International Professional Association formed, we have the national associations like ALA and LA. So, could you tell something about these two associations?
American Library Association was started in the year 1876. We all know this 1876 is a very remarkable year in the library profession. Dewey Decimal Classification was published and American Library Association was formed. So, this association took all the people in this, not only librarians, and even a layman can join as a member in the library association. Its main activity is to give publications freely to the reader. There should not be any hindrance or anything. They can read whatever they like, and their main aim is to give more knowledge with the least expenses to each and every individual, whatever information is needed by them. And it is not having any conducting any courses or examinations. It is only accreditation organization. Every person should be a member of this in library profession. What is lacking in India, there in either in America or London, every person should be a member of library association to get any job or anything like that. But it is not possible, or it is not being done in case of India. And about library association, this is also different types of people can join in this, not only librarians. Any person who is interested in library profession can become a member in this library association. As in other cases, these are having many publications and many journals are being published by them. And in library association, it is aiding many schools of libraries to conduct examinations, and it is taking key role in conducting and giving the degrees for them also.
Two more associations for the special libraries. One is SLA, Special Library Association in USA, and ASLIB in UK. So, Professor Rao, could you tell something about these two associations?
In the year 1909, the Special Library Association was formed in US, and if you look into the same way, ASLIB was formed in the year 1924 in UK. In the year 1955, it came to India, where we started Indian National Special Libraries and Information Centers. ASLIC. And that is what is happening. They are in a position to take care of the interests of the special librarians from specialist groups. But as I already said again, now anybody can join into these associations. Those who are interested, they can join into special library associations also. That's how if you go to any country now, every country has similar fashion. They have a general library association as well as the special library associations.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Professor. So now coming to the India, we have several associations as we already discussed. First one is the Indian Library Association, ALA. So then the ASLIC, Indian Association of Special Libraries and Information Centers, and at the local level we have the associations like the APLA, Andradesha Library Association. Mrs. Sarada, she was associated with the Indian Library Association by conducting a conference, Indian Library Association conference sometime back. Could you tell us the basic structure of, or what is the Indian Library Association doing that?
Yeah, Indian Library Association was formed in the year 1930. First it was started in Calcutta, but later on shifted to Delhi. There they are having just for the promotion of the library profession as well as coordination between the different organizations in the country, and development of the profession, mainly for the development of service conditions of the librarians. Many of the presidents took a great difficulty, and they got it even from the UGC, the scales, etc. It was all done by the Indian Library Association. They are also having their own publications, and they are conducting regularly conferences, so that people from different areas of the country will come over there and discuss and transfer their feelings. They can adjust, they can know what is happening in the entire country and how the profession is in the different parts of the country. And another thing is they are giving some awards also to motivate the people, the best librarian award or something like that, so that they can encourage the people to do more work, best school librarian and many other. And even for the papers also they are giving best paper submitted in the conference, like that. And every conference they are bringing out a conference volume and encouraging the people to write many more articles on different subjects, like that.
Maybe we cannot forget the role of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan
Yes.
in the Indian Library Association formation. He was the instrumental in the formation of the Indian Library Association. Then coming to the Special Libraries Association, IASLIC. Professor Rao, could you tell us some details about the IASLIC?
Yeah, as I already said, it was established in 1955, and everything we are following US, UK. And by 1955, we started establishing number of industries, and every industry, as I already said, that they started establishing the libraries. Now they started looking for the specialized interests of the special libraries, so they started in 1955, the IASLIC, based at Calcutta. And as like any other association, they bring out publications, they organize seminars and conferences every year, and they also now training programs. Only difference is they take care of the specialized interests of the group, which is looking for the specialized training. That's how the IASLIC is able to do a little different. Now I don't know whether really difference much, not much difference is there, but little difference is there between ILA and IASLIC.
That is SIGs.
Their objectives are different.
Yeah, objectives, everybody, as I already said, special groups. Like an example, activity, as he was saying, as Dr. Rao was saying, special interest groups. They have a library, science education, humanities, social sciences, and every time the special interest group meet at the time of conference to discuss their problems.
Yeah.
That's how they have a little different structure compared to the ILA.
Yeah. So at the national level, we have another association, that is AGLIS.
Oh, it's not only AGLIS. I would like to give a small situation. In India, we have a number of political parties. If somebody doesn't, the number of political parties on the basis of ideology, they are getting divided. Here also, what is happening on the basis of the interests of specialized group, when they are not in a position to be taken care by a particular association, they are forming a new association. Like an example, as I said, AGLIS, which takes care of government libraries. SIS. Now, this is a Society for Information Science. Their more emphasis on information technology, information science, information service. Right? That's how, what is happening. You basically now, when you look into the national level, ILA, IASLIC, AGLIS, and there is another one which is known as a GILA. GILA transformed as AGLIS for some time, and now they are running both the shows, GILA, Government of India Librarians Association, then SIS. That's how we find different 4 to 5 associations. I don't know whether it should be called 4 or 5, the association at the national level.
Okay, thank you, Professor Rao. Then coming to the local level or the state level, we have Andradesha Library Association. You are associated for quite a long time, Doctor. So, could you give us some details about the AP Library Association?
Oh, definitely. This library association is the first library association in India. When we talk about Andhra Pradesh Library Association, we can say that it was started by the people, run by the people, and for the good of the people. So everything was involved in here for the development of the individuals, not only for a particular group or something like that. And it is a acting for the freedom movement also. It prepared workers for the freedom movements. All the people were trained up, and They participated in the freedom movement, and many libraries were started in the rural areas. Villages are the main things to develop. For the development of the country, village development is more essential. So, for that reason, they spread the rural libraries mostly, and different types of libraries, mobile libraries are being run by them. And we all heard about boat libraries run by Pathuri Nagabhushanam. And one thing I say, this Andhra Pradesh Library Association was first in many things. Started first library science journal in Telugu, that is Granthalaya Sarvaswam, and still it is running, and now it is in 62nd volume. And at the same way, it started first library education in 1920 itself. Padmasri Ayanki Venkataramanayya started it. 20 persons participated in this, and library science was not the only subject taught at that time. Social sciences, economics, and the freedom struggle, everything was taught in that, and the next batch was run in 1934. Afterwards, now it is running the course recognized by the Andhra Pradesh government since 1966. And another publications were also done by the association in Telugu. First, they prepared many lists of libraries, directories about the library, what all libraries are available in that particular time, and many things were done. And another thing is, it had many conferences, not only in Andhra area, different areas, even in Telangana, Rayalaseema, many places they conduct conferences also. And the main thing is, they inculcated the reading habit among the people, and adult education was also dealt by them. These libraries, not only working for libraries and giving knowledge to the people, they want to educate the people. The reading newspapers to the illiterates, and many other things were done by them. They included Harikathas, Burakathas, so that they can attract the people towards, and they want to make them learn something, not only, but nowadays the definition may change from library. What is a library means? We are saying that a collection of books or some information we are giving them. But in those days, the concept is to encourage the people, to make the people know about everything, what is going around them. So this is the different ideas they are having about the development of the society. They want to make the society active and involve in each and every part of the organizations, how they are doing, how they can develop the society, and all these things were done by Andhra Pradesh Library Association.
Yeah, thank you. So, Professor Rao, you are associated with two associations as president. One is Indian Association of Teachers of Library Science, one, and another is the state level association, Academy of Library Science and Documentation. So, what are the activities, main activities of these two associations?
Right. Just now when you asked me about the national level association, because I already mentioned earlier, I didn't go into much details, but I at least is one of the national association. This association was formed in the year 1969 at Bangalore. And basically this association is supposed to take care of the interests of the teachers, like an example, continuing education, and how the syllabus has to be decided, what should be the changes that have to be brought in the curriculum, and how the teacher development has to take place, and how the teaching programs have to be conducted, and the latest issues that are to be involved, that are to be learned by the teachers are discussed. Our association has a newsletter. We conduct every year a conference or seminar, whatever it is, national level. And the second thing is, we also have certain awards. For example, major, we have two awards. One award is given to the best teacher in the country. Second is for the best woman teacher or professional. Coming to the second, Academy of Library Science and Documentation, which was established in the year 1965, this is also recognized with the government of Andhra Pradesh. Now here, I would like to say that the Andradesha Library Association, which has done phenomenal work in the state, after the independence, it has just was taking care of the public libraries. Earlier also it was taking care, but the emphasis was on public libraries. Hyderabad has become a big center for the libraries, both special, academic and other libraries. So the enthusiastic professionals joined together in the year 1965. They formed an association, Academy of Library Science and Documentation.
On Ugadi Day.
On Ugadi Day, because New Year, Telugu New Year. And that is what the name itself says, documentation. The change of the emphasis from the book to the documentation, information, that has made the association to create a nomenclature with documentation. And this association, as usual, we have more than 500 members, and we conduct the programs. Basically, we don't leave even a single person who visits Hyderabad, and we take their services. We see that a lecture is arranged for the benefit of our people. Almost on average, we conduct a minimum of 1 program and a maximum of 3 programs. And that is how we are organizing number of lectures, programs, seminars, so that our members become professionally, they get development by knowledge transmission or communication of the knowledge. And that's how the academy now today is one of the most popular associations in the country. Of course, as you know, Mala is in Madras, Chennai, Madras Library Association. If you go to Karnataka Liberation, Kala is in Karnataka Library Association. Now that's how you find in every state, but in Andhra Pradesh, I would like to say presently the most active association is the Academy of Library Science and Documentation.
Today, we have discussed about the role of the professional associations for the development of the LIS profession. First, we have taken up the international level professional bodies and associations like FID, IFLA, and also we have taken up the UNESCO, though it is not a professional association, but an organization striving for the cause of the library profession. And at the national level, in USA we have American Library Association, in UK we have Library Association LA, and in India we have the ALA. And apart from these 3 associations, we have for the cause of the special libraries, we have SLA in USA and ASLIB in UK and ISLIC in India. And also we have several other associations like AGLIS, SIS and IATLIS at the national level. And also for the teachers, we have IATLIS for the teachers of the library science. At the local level or the state level, we have 2 prominent associations. One is Andhra Pradesh Library Association and the Academy of Library Science and Documentation. These associations are striving hard for the promotion of the library profession through several programs and activities like seminars, conferences, workshops, and publications and training programs, and they have done a lot, especially during the library movement like APLA. And they are also giving emphasis on the continuing education programs to suit the technological environment of today. But the library associations have to do much more when compared to the library associations in the other developed countries. Let us hope the library associations will play a very, very prominent role in the coming years.